Welcome again to another session. Today we'll be talking about we'll be talking about the components of light and primary colors, basic technology, components of light and primary colors. Now, over the years we've come to know that light, as it were, is a powerful component or a powerful force that makes up the different colors or the different rays of colors we find in our planet or in our system, in our ecosystem. Now, the different colors ranges from blue down to, should we use a violet? Now, what are the colors in the color spectrum of light? We have different color spectrum, different colors in the color spectrum. In fact, precisely we have 7 colors. It's found, you can find them in our rainbow, one we usually know. Whenever there is the effect that brings about the rainbow, you can find the colors there. Now, let's start with the components of light and primary colors. Albeit we're going to touch the primary colors maybe deeper in the subsequent class. Color is said to be a component of light which is separated when it's reflected off an object. Usually these objects tend to collect the power of the light, transform it, and brings about different colors. For example, the sunshine in the day and the sky reflects blue. Why? Because our atmosphere is charged in a way that the light, and by the way, the light that comes from the sun is not really as we usually imagine. It's a white light. It's not really like we think it's completely yellow. Whilst the ambient look is yellow, outlook is releasing white energy light. And thus, our atmosphere takes the light from the sun and transforms it into different colors. We now see reflects and see blue. So it is evident that colors are caused as a result of different light qualities which reflect. The key word there is reflection. There's another part we call refraction, but that's for a different topic altogether. To have a color, you must have light. Take, for example, the light that is shining down here. In our activity, if I was to show you the activity, if I want to make the light I shine from my torch to bring about colors, I represent a prism. Now, a prism is a glass-like object that tends to take in, it attracts or it accumulates the power of the light I reflect on it. Now, it takes it in, refines it, and brings about multiple dimensional colors, multiple colors that are different in the color spectrum. To have a color, you must have light. When light shines on a substance, like the prism, some will absorb, while some will reflect or bounce back. That part of absorbing, it's what gives rise to the different colors. The part of bouncing it back is where we talk about refraction. It will reflect. Now, there are some experiments we use out there when we want to shine something. We just put maybe a glass-like substance under the energy of the light or the light of the sun. We collect the light of the sun, we shine it, and it will bounce and it will reflect elsewhere. We do that with things that are made of glass, or probably things that are also made of some metallic substance, like aluminum filling and the rest. So it will bounce on it, the surface, and repel, or it will bounce and refract to another destination. While some will absorb and then bring about multiple dimensions of color. Now let's see some case scenario, components of light. Now there are different components of light, but in today's class we will be discussing about 3 main components of light. They are zone lighting, ambient lighting, and then mood light. Zone light. This is a type of component of light needed for special or specific activities. Now, we will be seeing the pictures that they depict specially. Now, look at the zone lights. you can see the young man that is at your far left, the upper left there. He is trying to read. The zone light, like the word said, is reflecting on that particular zone. Many of you, you're preparing for your examination. There is no power supply. You may want to use your candle, you want to use your torch or any other means, maybe your table lamp, and you're going close. That moment you are having that light positioned at what you need it is a zone light. It's directed towards that zone. The next one there is ambient lighting. From the word ambient, again, the word ambient means something that is present everywhere. Is filling, is covering the place. For example, this room, if I talk about the ambience of this room, I'll be talking probably if there is a soothing aroma, like a smell or something that is nice, that means the ambience is filled with that, charged up with that particular scent or smell or something like that. If the lighting is strong, as in this case you can see me clearly, means the light is filling up the ambience of this room. So from the word ambient, this means something to be present on all sides. It's not like the zone where it is specifically directed towards one particular thing. For example, you flash your torch can only see what you want it to see. If you point it to the south, it will look at the south. Meanwhile, the other side will be dark. You point this way, that side will be dark. Different kinds of it gives you different, it focuses on particular thing you want to see at that particular point in time. It's a type now, ambient on the other hand, fill up the whole place. So you can see multiple directions clearly at the same time. You are looking at you, I can look at this, I can look at the ceiling, I can look at the ground, the light is shining here. But if I have only the zone light, if I have a light like a lamp or a torch, I can only see where I am pointing the lamp or the torch towards. It's a type of light component that illuminates or shines all around a medium or room evenly. It is evenly distributed. It is evenly saturated. It's saturated everywhere accordingly. It's not based on where I focus my lens. It's not based on where I focus my lens. If I focus my lens, it goes this way. Focus to the right, it goes this way. So that's what ambient lighting is all about. Now let's see the mood lighting. The mood light is a type of light component that shine or illuminate but in a dim way. Now this is the one by which we can control the effects or the impact it gives. Mood light, you can see it when we are, for example, we have the ones we have in our rooms, or even in the bars, or so we know about the disco halls. There are different kind of lighting. They illuminate or radiate different kind of lights at different or in different ways that by which they depict mood. So people say. People keep on saying that, so people say that when you on a red light, there's a different feel, a green light, a different feel altogether, a blue light gives you a different feel. Those kind of lights, these are the ones that are called the mood light. So if you're angry, for example, go on a red light and show your anger. Probably if you're in a good mood, you're willful, want to do something wonderful, go on the green light and you'll be charged up. If you're in the place where you're hoping on something, on the blue light, and you'll be seeing heaven, you'll see the blue skies. So the different lights points towards the direction of our mood. That's why hence we call it the mood lights. So I hope in this topic you have learned a lot about the lighting. In fact, if you look at the pictures very carefully, you will see the different mood. Now this is the ambient light. The ambient light fills up the whole room. It covers the whole vicinity. Meanwhile, the mood light just channels that particular feeling we are feeling at the moment. You can see the hand that is holding the remote about to control it to the particular mood. Is like I said, if you're angry, red is a wonderful guy to go. Just keep it there and leave it there. So I hope we've gotten a lot about that. To evaluate what we have learned today, what are colors? List and explain the components of colors. What are colors? You go back again to know what are colors. The different spectrum of colors. By the way, to get the 7 different spectrum of colors, you must understand we have the green light of will, I usually come with a particular name to give all of them, just to portray what they depict. That's my own special way of remembering the 7 colors. I think we remember it by Roy Biv. Roy Biv is ROYGBIV. That's how we remember it when we talk about the color spectrum in our rainbow. The different colors of the rainbow, visible as the ray of light from the sun, but enlightening as a light that controls all our emotions. Yes, they are emotional. All those lights are all emotional. The red light of rage, that one highlights when we are angry, we are fearful, rather we are angry rather. Then we have the orange light of avarice. I call it orange light of avarice is because we depict it with greed. When you're having the orange light, you're being a bit selfish. Then we have the yellow light of fear. Now the yellow light tends to depict with fear because in the yellow light tends to assume emotion of fear. Now these are 3 emotions I've mentioned so far. The green light of will, the willpower, whereby we want to do something. The light is in your head. You're like, let me on this green light. I want to do something wonderful. We have the blue light of hope. You're hoping on something to come. So you just open the blue light, you get on your blue light, and your mood tends to go higher, tends to be hopeful for something better. Then we have the indigo light of compassion. I use compassion in giving that one. That's the one that helps you to look with empathy or walk with empathy. You're seeing others. You want to see the plight of others. You want to have compassion on others. You want to help others grow along with you. Then we have the final one, the violet light of love. That one is always coming with love. That's the one when you want to have a good time. You're feeling love that night. You're playing your wonderful music. You're from your best musician. You just on that one, you're going to have a serene environment. So you can see how they are attached to our mood and also to our emotions. I believe that with time we will learn more or we'll get more from the colors itself. Because they are, yes, they are all colors in our proper primary and secondary color coding. So for now, we'll end on this note. But before we end, let's get a question from our past year. We're looking at question from our year 2003. Yes, some 20 years ago. We want to see the question that they answered in that year. And let's see at question number 49. It talks about how many colors make up white light. How many colors make up white light? They gave us options 4. A for 4, A 4, B 5, C 6, D 7, and E 8. If you follow the teaching so far, and by analogy, by even carefully using the word Roy Biv, which has to do with ROYGBIV, and by describing the emotions or the mood that are tied with those with the acronym of Roy Biv or the mnemonic Roy Biv. By the time you attach it very well, you find out or how many alphabets are there. You know that the answer there is D7. 7 colors of the light spectrum or of the color spectrum makes up the white light color, the white light. The white light is the one that establishes every color. The black light, on the other hand, you don't want to know him. Is the one that diminishes every other color. If I have different colors here, I turn off the color, I put up black, which is turn off the lights. Everything goes dark. But when the light comes up, the white light gives us different ambience and different fields. And thus, this is what the light color or the component of the light color is all about. Remember, the 3 components are zone lighting, ambient lighting, and mood light. You must understand all of them. Thank you very much and see you next time.